The gentleman from Tennessee is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Chairman Conyers, for holding this hearing. Professor Sands, you wrote in your book about a gentleman by the name of Spike, a.k.a. Marion Bowman. What basis did he have to believe that people at the FBI felt that the interrogation techniques being used by our government were illegal?
I had, as I describe in the book, 2 meetings with Mr. Bowman, whose given birth name was Marion, and as he explained to me on our first meeting, that was a name that, as a gentleman, has got him into some difficulty, so he changed it unilaterally to Spike. He described to me memoranda that he received and communications that came directly from Guantanamo, for he was not himself at Guantanamo, but I think he was an associate general counsel for the FBI counterterrorism division. He began to receive in late October and early November information from Guantanamo that there was a move towards aggressive interrogation at the push of the Pentagon. It's important to recall, down at Guantanamo you had not only military interrogators, you also had FBI interrogators, and the CIA were also present. And there was a tremendous tension going on down at Guantanamo as to what was right and what was wrong, and it would be very wrong to portray a situation it was all one side in favor of aggressive interrogation. That's not the case. There were a lot of people who were very strongly opposed to it. They communicated their concerns to Mr. Bowman, and Mr. Bowman then took steps, as I describe in the book, to raise the issue directly with the Office of the General Counsel in the Department of Defense. Now, that is one issue that factually this committee, I think, would profitably use its powers to get to the bottom of, because one of the things that I was told, as I describe in the book, is that Mr. Bowman spoke to Mr. Haynes, and from Mr. Haynes he got a brush off about these issues. Now, if my account is accurate, and I believe that it is, Mr. Haynes would, by the time he received Mr. Bowman's account and expressions of concern, have been deeply involved in this story. And I think that is one area that this committee would, if I respectfully suggest, very carefully look at. What precisely was Mr. Haynes's role in the decision on Geneva? When did he first become aware of the fact that Mr. Al-Qahtani was being held down at Guantanamo? What did he do when he got that information, and what conversations did he have with Mr. Rumsfeld about it? What meetings did he have and conversations with Mr. Yu about the memo of the 1st of August 2002? Now, this is an absolutely central point, and I apologize for belaboring it. The administration has stood up and has said time after time the August 1st, 2002 memo of Yu and Bybee had nothing to do with administration policies and decisions. That is plain wrong. When Mr. Haynes went down to Guantanamo at the end of September 2002, he had knowledge of the contents of the opinion written by Mr. Yu. And to all intents and purposes, the legal advice that he claims to have relied on from the staff judge advocate at Guantanamo was irrelevant, because he already knew he had Department of Justice sign-off. And frankly, that is what makes, to my mind, the story that I uncovered the most unhappy story. It is that in the face of sign-off by Department of Justice of the techniques that were used on detainee 063, when Mr. Haynes appeared before the Senate in July 2006, he pointed to Major General Dunleavy and Lieutenant Colonel Beaver essentially as being responsible for what had happened. Those two people have suffered considerable unhappiness as a result of that. They have been prosecuted. They have been singled out. Neither was given any warning that their memoranda were going to be made public. Diane Beaver's legal advice, which of course normally ought to have been kept confidential, as all legal advice usually is, was released without her being given any proper warning. Her name was left on the legal advice. It could have been blacked out. There was no need to reveal publicly that a person who had served honorably the US military for many years should be outed in this way. And these are the kinds of facts that, as you will see, I feel rather passionately, this committee can usefully investigate as a way of setting the account straight and ensuring that those who truly took the decisions are responsible, and that honourable individuals associated with the US military are not tarred with a responsibility which they should not have.
As my time has expired, further Congressman asketh not. Thank you. I yield back.
The responsibility, gentlemen. All questioning having been concluded, without objection, all members will have 5 legislative days to submit to the chair additional written questions for the witnesses, which we will forward and ask the witnesses to respond as promptly as you can so that their answers may be made part of the record. Without objection, all members will have 5 legislative days to submit any additional materials for inclusion in the record. The chair wants to take this opportunity in particular to thank the witnesses. And with that, this hearing is adjourned. I'm going to get to the...
Yeah. He can give it,